So, I made a video about how we should all play our gaming backlogs, and I still definitely stand by my point on that video. So many of us have these huge backlogs that are full of some games that could be some of our favorite games of all time. Yes, that includes me. My backlog is fucking massive, so I thought it'd be a good idea to make a series out of me playing games in my backlog. It also gives me an excuse to play these games because I'm always way too focused on making videos. So why not combine the two? I am a bloody genius. So here we are, fellas. Welcome to conquering my game backlog. Let's begin. I'm not the biggest fan of Marvel. I should probably just make that clear right off the bat. I've seen almost all of the films, and I think at best the good films are like a 8 out of 10, and I can barely give many of them that rating. I love shit like Marvel's Spider-Man though by Insomniac Games, so I thought, hey, why not try out Marvel's Avengers? I'm not the biggest fan of the source material, sure, but it could be a fun time, right? I was wrong. I was so very wrong. I streamed the game on Twitch, which by the way I don't use anymore. I stream on YouTube now. Make sure to look out for my streams. I didn't get very far into the game before coming to the conclusion that it's, well, to put it lightly, a refined piece of shit. Like, the game is refined as fuck, it works very well, but holy shit, it's so fucking boring. I got to the point where you meet the Hulk and you get to play as him, and guess what? They somehow made playing as the Incredible Hulk a miserable experience. Somehow! I guess they had to nerf him if that PS2 game is anything to go by. You know, the one that was basically a prototype for the game Prototype? Damn, I miss Prototype. They should definitely remaster Prototype. It was so much fun. Oh, sorry, I got distracted talking about a better game. To be honest, I don't really want to play any more of this shite. I only got it for £2, so it's not really much of a loss anyway. On to the next game. Now this game absolutely slaps. Prodeus is another indie first-person boomer shooter, but don't let that put you off the game, because this one definitely stands out. The first thing standing out being the art style. I mean, just look at it. It looks absolutely incredible. I adore the mix of the retro pixel art style alongside 3D modeled environments. It's something that usually wouldn't work, but this shit was refined down to perfection, and it works so well. Every level within the game is an absolute treat to look at. It's bloody stupendous. I love it. Then there's the weaponry and gunplay. Now this part isn't anything that really stands out, but that's not a bad thing. All the weapons work and each one is very satisfying to use. It's good shit and I honestly wouldn't have it any other way. Now, what makes using the weaponry unique is the gore system. You can literally paint the levels red with the enemy's blood. I have no idea how these fuckers have so much blood inside of them. It's actually quite concerning. It is satisfying though, making them explode like blood pinatas. Prodeus also includes a really complex yet easy to use level editor, where you can make your own silly levels and publish them for others to play. And people have gone absolutely crazy with creativity with some of these levels. I haven't used the level editor myself yet, but I plan on attempting to make some levels in the future. But yeah, Prodeus is a good time and it's definitely worth playing the game for yourself. No, it's not because I'm biased because I backed the game on Kickstarter. Shut up! I really enjoyed Final Fantasy 15 when I played it years ago, which seems to be a pretty unpopular opinion. To be fair, I haven't really played much Final Fantasy. The only turn-based ones that I've played is 10 and 9, and I did not enjoy 10 at all, but I did really enjoy 9. I stopped playing it though for some reason. I should probably get back to that one. Well, I've never played the original Final Fantasy 7, and seeing that the remake for the game went for the Final Fantasy 15 styled combat approach, well, kinda, but not quite. I wanted to play it as soon as I could, without touching the original Final Fantasy 7. I'm a genius, I just want to let you all know that. The combat in Final Fantasy 7 Remake is a really good time. Instead of it being just holding down one button with it being flashy as fuck like in 15, 7 Remake actually requires some thought. You have to charge up a bar to perform special attacks, magic spells, or use an item, and mid-fight, you can switch between each character on the fly. Also, you've probably noticed that there's none of my actual footage playing right now, and I just want to say it's not because I'm lazy as fuck, it's because I forgot to record any footage of the game. I know that's very stupid of me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know you all like silly little visual edits, so here's a smiling guinea pig as an apology. Now, with the combat being good and all and it reminding me of Final Fantasy 15, everything sounds good, right? Well, I haven't really been enjoying the game that much. Something about it feels like a slog to me and I'm not sure what it is. I don't really like the characters either. Well, actually I do like Cloud because he hardly barely ever talks, but every other character I find kind of insufferable at times. I am playing it in the English dub though, and usually in Japanese games, the English dub is fucking annoying, but I'm gonna keep using it anyway because I don't like reading. I'm up to chapter 9 currently, and the game is beginning to click with me a bit, but everything before that was pretty underwhelming, especially for that fucking price tag. Holy shit, Square Enix strikes again. Square Enix strikes again. Piece of shit company. Now, I don't know if you knew this, but I'm a huge fan of the Yakuza series. I've been trying to get through the entire series, starting from Yakuza 0. I also played 7 before 3, 4, 5, and 6. Don't know, but I guess that one does kind of stand on its own, so I have an excuse. Well, Yakuza 4 was easily the biggest roadblock for me when it comes to completing the franchise. Yeah, that's right, I enjoyed Yakuza 3 more than this game, and that one is considered the worst. Something about Yakuza 4 just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. It's a content-rich game with so much shit to do, but it feels fan-made. It's hard to describe, but if you've played it, all I need to say is rubber bullets. It's easily the most overwhelming game going into it, because instead of playing as 1 or 2 characters like in the previous Yakuza games, you instead play as 4 different characters, and I only find 2 of them fun to play as. I didn't like the boss fights either, and I didn't even care for the story that much, which is insane because it's a Yakuza game for fuck's sake. I remember taking a year break from this game about halfway through it and only picking it up recently to finish it off. Also, yeah, that's why there's no footage for this one too. Sorry about that, fellas. Here's the smiling guinea pig again. Now, don't get me wrong, Yakuza 4 isn't a bad game. It's still worth playing, especially if you're wanting to get through the Yakuza franchise. I don't recommend skipping it, and hey, it gets you ready for the much more superior Yakuza 5, which I started recently, and my god, the difference is like night and day. Yakuza 4 is kind of a piece of shit, but I can't hate it because it's Yakuza. Also, look at that box art. It's stylish as fuck. Du 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 du. Okay, I'm gonna stop this shit now. Uncharted 4 is fucking awesome, which is weird to say because Uncharted 4 is a game that I just shouldn't enjoy personally. It has forced walking sections, it has a shit ton of cutscenes, and it focuses way more on its story rather than its gameplay for the most part. Yet, I don't know, I love it. Maybe it's because Nathan Drake is a funny, witty, likable character, and not a boring father to an annoying kid like in other Sony exclusive. Uncharted 4 recently came to PC, which is what I've been waiting for what feels like the longest time, because trying to play Uncharted with a controller, I just, honestly, fuck that. I cannot play any form of shooting game on a controller. Combat in Uncharted 4 is honestly incredible, especially with the grapple hook rope mechanic, letting you swing around shooting your gun at enemies. It's just good shit. Visually, the game is absolutely astounding too, just down to every single minute detail. They crammed so much unnecessary detail into this package. Like, look, Alima just stole Nathan's apple. They didn't need to include that. Maybe that explains why the game is over 100 fucking gigs. If I was to critique one thing about the game, I'm not the biggest fan of the climbing sections. It just feels way too restrictive and honestly pretty boring. But hey, it really doesn't bring the game down. Oh, and if we're gonna end on another positive, we cannot forget the set pieces. I fucking love these.
Go, climb. Gotta get up.
It's good shit, honestly. Everything about this is good shit. Oh, and don't tell anyone. Seriously, please don't tell anyone. Playing Uncharted 4 has made me quite excited to play The Last of Us when it comes to PC. Seriously, don't tell anyone. Oh, and I played Resident Evil Reverse. It's pretty wank. If you've been watching this series consistently, then you know the drill at this point. Let me know down in the comments what games you've been playing recently within your own backlog, and let me know what you think of them. We can all conquer our backlogs together, fellas, one step at a time. We got this, even if we end up being 80 by the time we're done.